Congratulations on this conference. It's an important topic. In Japan, the Fukushima accident 10 years ago may have been the wake-up call that started the energy transition. But globally, the energy transition started much earlier. The highest number of terawatt hours ever produced by nuclear power plants in the world was already in 2006. Since then, nuclear has been in decline. In Japan, the maximum production was even earlier. The reason is economics. Renewables have become very cheap and now often the cheapest source of new electricity in most parts of the world, while nuclear is very expensive and not being considered by energy companies on pure commercial grounds anywhere. The last year's experience is even more dramatic because not only has nuclear declined more last year than any other year, fossil fuel for electricity generation has also declined for a second consecutive year. It may be that we saw the peak year of nuclear in 2006, the peak year for coal in 2013, the peak oil extraction maybe have been in 2018, and the fossil electricity in 2018 is still the highest number we know of. Last year, nuclear declined and fossil fuel declined in North America and in Europe, and renewables increased. In China, maybe all increased, but renewables increased more than any of the other alternatives. So the development is positive, but it's not positive everywhere. And when it is not going fast, it's usually due to various government support. Politicians force taxpayers or ratepayers to pay for the cost of nuclear and fossil fuels. We see it in Japan in how the cost for the Fukushima accident is placed on everyone else and not only on TEPCO as the company that had the accident. We also see in many countries that there are no taxes or fees paid for the air pollution and damages that fossil fuel creates. When this is done, the transition will be even faster. One of the more encouraging developments is that renewables have now become so cheap that not only can they outcompete fossil fuels for electricity generation, but renewable electricity can substitute fossil fuels in other sectors. We see it as increased electrification in the transport sector, and we see it in industries planning, preparing, and even investing in substituting fossil fuels with renewable electricity or hydrogen produced from renewable electricity. This is done in chemical industry, it's done in steel industry, where the idea is to use hydrogen to substitute coal in the reduction of iron ore to iron. If we're going to achieve 100% renewable energy supply, not only in the electricity sector, it's very important to successfully deploy renewable electricity and to do so at costs that are lower than the cost of fossil energy. This will require efficient legislation and a well-functioning electricity market. There is a lot to do in Japan, there is a lot to do in many other countries, but it is possible. All the best for the conference.